Hello. Today we're working on 6.6, the first half, part 1, lecture guide about simple interest. Interest is the money that is charged or paid for the use of money. So when you invest money or put money into a bank account or something like that, or even if you borrow money, they charge you. If you borrow money, they charge you. If you invest money, they give you a certain portion back because you've allowed them to use your money. Principal is the amount that you give them or that you borrow. Interest rate is that percentage that determines how much return, how much money you get back, or how much extra money you have to pay. Time is the length of time, usually in years, that you have borrowed the money or invested the money. Simple interest is the interest paid on the principal only. There's something called compounding, and this does not have compounding. So this is just simple interest. The formula for the amount of interest is I equals PRT, principal times rate times time. I equals PRT. All right. Express interest rate in these cases as a decimal because it's not divided by 100. All right, so now we're going to look at some problems. A developer promised a return of 8% annual interest on an investment of $15,000 in her company. How much could an investor expect to make in the first year? So that means that my time is 1, first year. All right, so I have the principal is 15,000. I'm going to multiply that by the interest rate of 0.08. And since it's times the years, the number of years invested, that's only a 1. So we really don't have to worry about it at this time. So what we're doing is 8% of 15,000. And we get $1,200. So an investor could expect $1,200 in the first year. A farmer borrowed $7,000 from a credit union. The money was loaned at 8.8% annual interest for 18 months. How much money did the credit union charge him for the use of the money? Okay, so he borrowed $7,000. That's my principal. The money was loaned at 0.088%, right? So it's 0.088 times the number of years. This says 18 months. 18 months is 1.5 years. So we multiply those three numbers together. 7,000 times 0.088 times 1.5, nope, yes, 924. So they charged him $924 for the use of that money. To purchase a car, a man takes out a loan for $2,000. This is your principal. All right, so we have $2,000. If the interest rate is 9%, that's equal to 0.09. So we multiply this by 0.09. And the time, based on years, it's telling us it's a 120-day period. So the time is 120 divided by 365 days in a year. That's going to give us the fraction or percent smaller portion of the year. So 120 divided by 360, it's a third of a year. So I'm going to take 2,000 times 0.09 divided by 3, and I get 60. So the interest is $60. So the bank is going to get the original $2,000 plus his $60 of interest. So he will need to pay them $2,060. All right, a young couple invest their wedding money, $500, at 9% simple interest to save enough money for the first and last month's rent. How much money will they have in 3 years? So we have $500 times an interest rate of 0.09 in 3 years. So this one's pretty straightforward. 500 times 0.09 times 3. They'll have an extra $135. So they'll have 500 plus the 135. Whoops, there's a 1 there, 35. So they're going to have $635 at the end of 3 years to invest. All right, one more problem. A large company offers their employees an investment of $1,000 at 12% simple interest instead of a pay increase. After 1 year, how much has the account gained? Oh, that's typed weird. All right. So our principal would be $1,000 at 12% interest, 0.12, at the end of 1 year. So that's going to be 12% should be what, 120. 1,000 times 0.12. Yep, $120. So that's what the account has gained. This is not how much the account, much money they would have. If you got the $1,000, you'd have $1,120. Okay.